Hey, it's your favorite girl, Bella Ray from B96.5. Happy Give for Good Louisville Day. You are tuned into the official Give for Good Louisville 2022 live stream, and you are not alone. Since 2014, the Giving Day has raised more than $42.5 million for thousands of Kentuckiana nonprofits from donors just like you. So here's your trivia question for this hour. Get ready to put your answers in the comments below. Here you go. How many unique donors made a donation during Give for Good Louisville 2021? Was it A, over 16,000 donors, B, over 22,000 donors, C, over 26,000 donors, or D, over 31,000 donors? What do you think? You'll get your answer and we're going to send it back to Louisville Slugger Field.
Turn the mics up. There we go. All right. There we are. Welcome back to Give for Good Louisville Live 2022, the 9th annual Give for Good Louisville. My name is Chris Strubb, the Giving Day guy. We've got two wonderful hosts ready to rock and roll in this hour. We got Mahogany and Chelsea. They're going to wave and say hello. Hello.
Hello.
We've got some wonderful guests lined up both in person and virtually for you. And we want to answer Bella's trivia question real quick. 31,000 plus unique donors last year. What an impressive number. So let me make sure I'm getting audio from somewhere else. There it is. We're going to get rocking and rolling here, but we want to remind you to make sure you are donating at giveforgoodlouisville.org as the day continues. Just been a great day so far. $3.64 million raised so far today, ladies. This has been pretty impressive.
Yeah,
Yes.
you know, every year I feel like I'm more impressed and by our community's generosity, and I continue to be impressed this year.
And how many years have you done this, Chelsea?
Well, this will be my 6th year.
Me too.
Yeah, you and I joined at the same time.
I know. We've been hanging out for 6 years here. And Mahogany, how about you?
This will be my second year.
Your second year.
Second year. So I'm still learning the ropes.
And first time hosting.
Yes. Yeah.
So Mahogany is ready.
Yes.
We don't want to hold things up here, but before we get things going, I'm going to play a quick video from our sponsor, Churchill Downs. And actually later in this hour, we want to remind you to stay tuned because we'll actually be throwing it live over to Derby City Gaming to learn the winner of the second power prize of the day. So let's hear a little bit more about these prizes that Churchill Downs is sending along.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Bonata, Senior Director of Marketing for Derby City Gaming. During every hour of the 9th annual Give for Good Louisville, a lucky donation made at giveforgoodlouisville.org will be randomly selected to receive a $1,000 golden ticket sponsored by Derby City Gaming. $1,000 will be added to your donation, making an online gift of $10 becomes $1,010. Give today at giveforgoodlouisville.org, and maybe you'll be the next lucky winner of Derby City's golden ticket.
Camera down. We're getting it to work. We're having fun here at Give for Good Louisville 2020. You never know what to expect here on the live stream, guys. I wish I had that camera active when the camera went down. That would have been fantastic. We're going to get going here with our first guest. And again, we have a balance of virtual guests and live guests. And we're going to let the ladies take it away here and introduce Stephanie as I get you up on the screen. Take it away, Mahogany.
Hi, Stephanie. Welcome to this year's Give for Good Louisville. It's just nice to have you. Nice to meet you virtually. Can you introduce yourself to us,
Hey,
please?
good to be here.
Yes.
Yes. You hear me okay?
Yep, I can hear you fine. Can you hear me?
Awesome. Yes. So my name is Stephanie Dillon. I'm the executive director at Awake Ministries. We are a faith-based recovery center in Shelbyville, Kentucky.
Yes. Right. Look, not too far from here, so.
No, not at all.
No, a Shelbyville native, so I'm real familiar with Shelbyville. Um,
Oh,
so
cool.
can you tell us, even though you're located in Shelbyville, this program it gives people the help that they need. Can you tell us a little bit about your mission and how you all help people?
Yes, absolutely. So we like to take a holistic approach at helping people get the help that they need to be free from substances, from addiction and addictive behaviors. And we also have the largest food bank in the region, serving over about 12,000 people a month right now. So we also like to help people with their food insecurity needs as well. So that's what we're going for.
That's amazing. That's so wonderful, especially during these times that we're living in. It's like you all do a little bit of everything. It sounds like just helping people, just in everyday lives. So that's great. And so I wanted to ask too. Well, I mean, you all have. Okay. Let me ask. Do you have to be a resident of Shelby County to receive services? What kind of
No,
services that you
you
offer?
don't actually. We mostly serve the surrounding counties and our county as well. We see a lot of people that come from rural communities, maybe where there aren't as many as of those type services that are needed. But since we've been in operation since 2009, we have gradually seen our services expanding even beyond into Western Kentucky, Eastern Kentucky, and now we're getting people from out of state. But most of our support still goes to like the 7 counties region. Yes.
That's wonderful. That is wonderful. All people can access, your services even in the rural counties as well. So that's excellent. And I wanted to ask if a family member is, listening now, how can they get the help from your organization? If a family member or somebody needs help, how can they go about getting help for their family member? What do
Well,
they need to do?
if we're talking about the recovery aspect of things, people have to want recovery themselves as much as we would like it to have it the desire for other people. We know that if someone needs to come in and needs our services on a voluntary basis, then they're going to have that desire for themselves first. And so we just like to come alongside families and support families and tell them, not to lose hope, to keep believing that their loved ones will come to themselves, that they, might hit their rock bottom or whatever that looks like for them. But there is hope because we're seeing it every day. We're seeing people that family members thought there was no hope for getting sober, getting free, and living healthy and productive lives. So we just want to be an encouragement to those families out there that might be listening. And then, of course, if families have a food need that we can help meet, we have no pre-qualifiers. So if you need food, you come and get it. We just want to serve you. So our food bank is open on Wednesdays for food distribution from 12 until 4 o'clock. It's a drive-through operation, and we would love to have you there.
Yes, I saw that schedule. You all have it laid out. You all have it laid out for the
We
public.
sure do.
Yes, and such a wonderful resource for that people could use. So you all have your goal. The last time I checked was at $18,944 raised for this year's Give for Good Louisville. Your goal was $20,000. I saw. So you all have just done an amazing job. People have been so generous. Towards the organization. You can tell this, they really care about the organization. How do you feel about almost reaching that goal?
We are ecstatic. I think actually we may have blown past it a little bit, but this is the first year where we have really took the time to understand, all of the tricks, if you will, behind Give for Good Louisville, how to have an effective campaign. And we are so thankful. I'd like to plug 2020 Strategic and our guy, Stephen Michael Carr, for helping us. And this is by far the most successful Give for Good year that we have had, and we are just blown away. We've had like perma-grin all day long. It's been great. Thank you so much.
That's wonderful. Thank you
Yes.
so much for your time, Stephanie, just being here with us this late afternoon. And we're just so excited for you and your organization. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Well, we appreciate the opportunity, the platform that you have for nonprofits, and that we are gleaning from that. We're just really thankful. So I just want to bless you guys too for what you're doing, helping us reach our mission.
Thank you so much.
Stephanie.
Thank you, Stephanie. We will be back
Okay.
in 30 seconds. Don't
Bye.
go anywhere. I'm just going to move some things around here on the screen, and we'll be back in 30 seconds. Don't leave. You're good, Stephanie. Thank you. Go ahead.
Hello. We have Laura and we have Marilyn with Muhammad Ali Center. How are you all doing this late afternoon?
We're doing very well.
Yes, great.
Good. Good. It's so nice to have you all.
Yeah, thanks so much for being here today. We're so happy you were able to stop by our virtual studio here at Louisville Slugger Field. Thanks so much for joining us. And we're just going to hop right into it. I think so. Mahogany has the questions.
Well, could you tell us a little bit about yourselves and how you all came to be at Muhammad Ali Center?
Okay.
First.
Let me see. I have been associated with the Muhammad Ali Center over the last 10 years. Wow. I've served on the board. I'm currently a member of the executive committee. I've chaired the board, and at one point, I was the interim president and CEO, so it's apparent that I love the Ali Center.
Yes, you do.
I see great value in it, and I think it's a very important organization in the city.
Hi, I'm Marilyn Jackson, and I have been the president and CEO for just 9 months. So I'm a newcomer to Louisville, and
Welcome.
received a phone call one day about this wonderful opportunity, and next thing I know, I'm driving to Louisville. Never been here in my life.
Well, we're happy to have you here, and thank you again for joining us. And so this is your first Give for Good Louisville, right?
It's mine, yes.
Yeah, so tell us more about the Muhammad Ali Center for those who don't know what you do, and a little bit more about your mission.
Well, let me say, first of all, that the center is a little over 17 years old, and the center is the only place in the world that's dedicated to the life, the legacy, and the core principles of the champ, our native son, Muhammad Ali. It's wonderful to celebrate his legacy in his hometown.
Yes.
And over the years, as we've greeted people going in and out of the center, it's clear to us that people come from all over the world, not just regionally and not just from the city, but literally all over the world because of the draw that he has. One of the things that I'm convinced about is that in this day and age, when it's so important for especially young people to find their purpose, to be able to speak up, to formulate in their own minds who they are and what they want to focus on, it's really important to have an example like the champ to hold up in front of them, a real live person from their own hometown who overcame odds and became a great influencer throughout the world.
Everything Laura said is true, and we, coming into this role, we started a process to develop a new strategic plan for the organization, and the mission of the Ali Center is to leverage Muhammad's life and legacy to foster respect, inspire generations of change makers, and advance social and racial justice. So everything that Laura said is so true. His impact on people is really tremendous, and at the center, we are part museum, we're part community center, we're part educational center. So in any day, a multitude of things are happening in the center. We are hosting people who are coming for school trips. Tourists are coming to understand Muhammad and why there's so much is named after him in this city. And then we're also running leadership youth programs. We might be hosting a wedding upstairs or a conference. And so really the center it's really become this integral, important part of Louisville. And I think it touches many, many, many people's lives here in the city.
Exactly.
I like to just mention just even looking on the website, you say we are more than just a museum. You truly are more than just a museum. Weddings and I mean all of this is what Muhammad Ali would have wanted, definitely. So I just feel like you all are truly, continuing on his legacy.
And just to that point, Muhammad had experiences and strong ties with many cities in this country: Chicago, Miami, Phoenix, but when he was asked about building a center in his name, this is the only place he wanted it, was in Louisville. So it's here for a reason, and we're really delighted to continue to advance his legacy.
And it's one of the things that makes Louisville special, to be able to call, be able to call this Muhammad Ali's home. And you all are certainly carrying forward that legacy.
Let me add as well that as I think back over my years of service at the center, I think especially about 2016, the year that the champ passed, and the profound impact that his passing had on the local community. The 7 days after his death until his service was held, in Louisville there was no violent crime whatsoever, which is remarkable. The whole entire community seemed to come together in peace. There's a recognition about what he stood for and the possibilities that he represented. And we certainly saw that in 2016 with the way the community focused on him when he passed, and also the way the world focused on him. At that time, the center actually received guests from all around the world. Wow. It was remarkable. And as you walk through the center, you would see boys and girls from Louisville walking next to dignitaries. Everyone was there for the same mission. That whole spirit of community and connectedness is something that we're very proud of at the center, and something that we want to keep as a part of our personality going forward.
Yes. And that spirit of community is something that unites all of us in Give for Good Louisville. So can you tell us about what your giving your Giving Day goals are for today?
Our Giving Day goal is we've talked about it at different levels, but we would love to get a gift of $50,000 from the center.
Wow.
I mean, from this program, yes, for the center. And what that money helps us do is, for example, we have a 20-year running youth program. It's called the Muhammad Ali Center Council of Students, also affectionately known as the MACS. It's been around for 20 years. It's a free year-long program that students, we have over close to 700 alumni that have been through that program over the past 20 years. We also do a lot of curriculum. We host field trips for students, especially for schools that, with the more money and the bigger the gift, we can host more students from schools that can't afford a field trip. And the other thing we do is we keep Muhammad's legacy alive. For instance, I'm wearing this T-shirt, which is part of our Get a Stamp for the Champ program. Muhammad Ali never had a stamp. And since you have to have passed to be able to qualify for a U.S. postal stamp, so that's one of the things we're working on now. So come on down to the center, get a shirt, and support that initiative.
You all are doing just wonderful, just wonderful.
Thank you.
It's really touching. And you all have, as Chelsea mentioned, have raised over $20,000. So you all have done just a wonderful job, and the community is just so generous, that you could tell that their passion, they know that there's more to the Muhammad Ali Center than the museum. There's so much more to see and to experience. So we appreciate it very much.
Thank you. Thank you to everyone who's given.
You are welcome.
Thank you so much.
And viewers who are watching at home, if you want to support the Muhammad Ali Center and all of the amazing work that they are doing, you can support them today at giveforgoodlouisville.org. You can also support any of the other 556 participating nonprofits that are participating at Give for Good Louisville. So thank you again for joining us today. And Chris, we're going to throw it back to you.
We are. Thank you guys so much for being here. We really appreciate it. And We'll be back with our next guest. We'll almost play a little outro music here in about 30 seconds, so don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. We've got more great local, deserving nonprofits coming right at you in about 30 seconds. All right, ladies, that 30 seconds flies by.
It does. Oh my goodness.
We are back here live from Louisville Slugger Field. I'm going to throw it back to Chelsea and Mahogany to introduce our next organization while I get them up on the screen.
Hello, Taria.
Yes.
And your daughter's name is, I forgot it.
It
Please.
is Amaya.
Amaya. How could I forget? How could I forget? Welcome to this year's Gift for Good Louisville. I know this is your first time being here, so welcome.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here.
Please just tell us a little bit about yourself and how your organization's name is the House of Womb Foundation, Inc., and WOMB stands for Women Overcoming Many Barriers. So tell us a little bit about your organization and how you got started.
All right, so I would like to let you know that I am a case manager for a private insurance company. And being a case manager, I noticed the lack of resources that a lot of my clients had. And a lot of those clients had a lot of similarities to me as being a teenage mom. So what I decided to do was come up with a nonprofit organization that helped women and children in crisis. I came up with the Womb for Women Overcoming Many Barriers. Being that I was a teen mom, I had my first daughter at 15. So I overcame so many barriers. We got through so many hurdles and things. So I just want to give these same fundamentals to, the youth and make a connection with the youth, because I do see the disconnect in the community.
Definitely. And I was going to mention, Tyria, I was a teen mother myself, age of 14. It's hard to, you're still a child yourself, so it's hard. But once you are older and you have experienced life, you want to give back and you want to help other women, young women especially, to learn from, mistakes. And so they don't have, so I love what you're doing. Can you describe how it feels to help women that have been through, some of the struggles that you've been through?
Yes, it is an honor to give back to the community and to be an inspiration to a lot of mothers. Sometimes you feel like that you are at the end of your road.
Definitely.
When you are pregnant at the age of 14, giving birth to a child at 15. You're still a child yourself. You got a lot of people judging you, a lot of stigmas. So it feels great to be an example to let people know that it's not over. Keep going. Keep doing what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And there's people out there like me that can help you get there. Like, we can do it together.
Definitely. You are such an inspiration. I saw it on the news that you are renovating your grandmother's home. You're trying to renovate your grandmother's home. How can Give for Good Louisville help support you in doing that for the program, for the organization?
So actually, I am here today. I'm trying to raise $41,000, and that's to make renovations to my grandparents' home that they left me. Wow. They were the first Black couple in the Portland neighborhood, so it's very, very important for me to, make them proud and do something with what they left me. It is an honor to, help out the community, my community that I grew up in, and give so many resources and things that was given to me to get me where I'm at. So if you guys will help with the House of Womb, with the 41,000K, we can get those women in that transition home by, our goal is the end of 2023. I will definitely love to get those women in there, especially that I get calls every single day asking, is there housing available? Is there anyone that I can, do you know someone? Because I have someone sleeping in a car, and at this moment, it hurts me to turn them down. But if you guys can help me, we can make that possible today.
Yes. How many women can you house in that, in the one home?
So in that home, I will house six
6 women. Okay.
6 women. Well, it would be 6 individuals.
Okay.
Maybe a mom with 2 kids and maybe
Okay.
a mom with 3 kids.
Okay.
But it would be at least 2 families, 6 altogether.
Okay.
And what we will do is, help build self-sufficient families.
That's what it's all about, just giving them a stepping stone, because it's a temporary housing program.
Yes.
So it sounds like, from what I've read, you help them, you give them everything, help them, you help them to move ahead and move. You just give them a little hand,
Yes.
it's all we need.
That's
It's
all we need. We
incredible.
just need a little bit of care, what we do at the house. So when we provide a sanctuary for those women, and in that sanctuary, we give them employment counseling, we give them resources to other different mental health agencies. We help them with tutoring, mentoring, anything that you name it, anything that's going to make those women and their children self-sufficient. What we are building is self-sufficient families.
Yes, that's right. So the money from, that is raised, it can go also, I saw, towards, like clothing, food. I saw like a list of all the, things that, like you said, that a household needs.
That a household needs.
Yes.
Yes, we need a lot of things. And another
Yes.
thing that I also want to do with that money is I want to bring art and therapy to the community. I will be hosting a lot of events where we will be doing a lot of art and talking about mental health. I want to break the stigma of, mental health and therapy. Some people frown upon that. I want to make it fun. I want to bring back the connection with the youth. So my first event will be October the 29th, and I am doing a pumpkin paint and treat. And what we're going to do is carve pumpkins, paint, talk about therapy, how we feel. And I just want to give back to the community and make it fun for the youth. And I also work with adults too, but right now I really see the disconnect in the youth, and me being a out of control teen myself, I would really love to give back to them and connect with them.
Goodness, that is incredible, Tyria. Thank you so much for just hanging out with us this late afternoon. It's been a pleasure meeting you and your daughter. Just beautiful family. Keep up the good work.
Thank you so much. It's an honor.
Yes, and I know this is your first Gift for Good Louisville year, so you're gonna knock it out the park. We know it.
We definitely gonna knock it out the park.
Yes.
And thank you guys, and I'm thanking you in advance. We're gonna succeed our goal today.
Yes,
There you go.
yes.
That's the spirit. And remember, everybody, it's House of Womb Foundation, Inc. You can find them on giveforgoodlouisville.org if you'd like to support them today. And what was the date of your event again? Can you remind
So
us?
my event is going to be October the 29th. It's going to be in the Portland neighborhood.
Yes.
You can search us on social media at House of Womb Foundation, Inc.
Yeah.
And you will see all of our events coming up, and also local events in the community, because what we do is give resources to the community.
Yes, so be sure to check out their social media so you can learn how to not only support them today, but throughout the rest of the year, because this work continues throughout the rest of the year. So thank you again for joining us
Thank
today.
you so much for having us.
Thank you guys for being here. We really appreciate it. And we will be back in just about 30 seconds. Press the music button here. I'm starting to get the hang of this now that it's 4:30. Press the music buttons, bring the mics down. 30 seconds. We'll be right back. It is Give for Good Louisville 2022 live. This is Chris Strubb, the Giving Day guy, and you're tuned in to our live stream from Louisville Slugger Field. Thanks again to the Louisville Bats for having us. We've got Mahogany and Chelsea, and they're going to take it away for our final nonprofit interview of this 4 p.m. hour.
Good afternoon, Jen. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
We automatically knew it was you when you came in, saw that blanket. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is Jen, and she is with Blankets of Hope by Malia and Friends.
Yes.
Could you please tell us how you got started with this organization?
Okay, so my daughter is Malia. And when she was little, she was an only child, and I was like, this child is very privileged. So I made up this thing, Operation Don't Be a Brat. So we were volunteering once a month to feed the homeless with our church at the Salvation Army. So that instilled in her a love for helping people and supporting people. And so we saw someone that was homeless one day. My husband was in the hospital and I had no money to give him. And I was like, I'm so sorry, I don't have any money to give you, but I have this bracelet. And he was like so grateful and everything. And Aaliyah said, oh, Mom, I wish we had some blankets to give him. And I said, honey, we don't have any blankets in the car. She's like, we can make them. Remember, we made blankets for the dogs, for the Girl Scouts, and we could just make them bigger for people. And I was like, that's a great idea. So that's how Blankets of Hope, my Malia and friends started. And so, and we've been making blankets now for 7 years. So it started when she was 12. And so that's how I got involved, just supporting my daughter, supporting the homeless in the community.
Goodness, you can tell, it was clear to see even at 12 years old, she was very compassionate, and I know who she gets that from. And I just met you, so you've done a wonderful job with her. You said she's 19 now.
Yeah, she's in college.
Just amazing.
Studying aerospace engineering at the University of Alabama in Huntsville.
Oh my goodness. So it's just, compassion in action helped you to get those just get a roll on those blankets.
Yes.
So where do you, with the money that is raised today for this year's Gift for Good Louisville, how can it help support the organization?
So we use the money for supplies.
Okay.
And we don't take a dime for ourselves. Every dime goes into the charity. And what we were doing pre-COVID was we would go to the libraries, to churches, just anywhere, and we would teach people how to make blankets. We'd make a lot of blankets. And we've also volunteered with Keep Louisville Warm. So we would go and actually give blankets to people in homeless camps. And so since then, but it was the same people every week, so they always didn't need the blankets. So we've also given to different people in the streets, different Salvation Army, different places. And we've decided to partner with Blanket Louisville, so because they give the blankets everywhere, so we're going to be giving them to them so they can distribute them a little bit more. And each blanket has a message on it of encouragement. And if you don't mind, I'm like, do I have time? Oh, and here's the blanket right here.
Beautiful.
Like I said, every dime goes into the charity, but this is like an example of the blanket. I bought the materials myself for my husband. We made him one because we didn't even have a blanket at our house. So I wanted him, he loves U of L, go U of L. And so we made this just for him that we bought ourselves. But other than this, we have 0 blankets at our house that we've made, because we really do feel that we want every blanket to go to help someone. So, but I will just say, like I said, each blanket has an encouraging message. And I remember one time it was on the Christmas Day that we were feeding the homeless with the church. And a lot of people weren't there, thank God, because they were with their families. So we had a lot of leftover blankets, and I used to make love bags with my class. I taught for 27 years, so I had love bags and blankets. And I said, Lily, don't worry, we're going to go to Nashville and visit me, Mom, Pops, or one in Tennessee. So we'll take everything with us, and we'll see some people on the street, and we'll give them. So anyway, we saw this one guy. And I said, excuse me, because I thought someone was homeless once and they weren't homeless. So I said, are you homeless? And he said, yeah, I'm trying to get on my feet. I said, no, it's okay. I said, well, my daughter makes homeless for you guys, and here's your blanket. And he said, oh, thank you. He turned around and he thanked the Lord. And I was like, well, also, we have this bag for you. Yes. And in the bag had toiletries and a letter to the homeless person. And so we took it, and he was like, just so overwhelmed and thankful. And when we were leaving, he was back to his little stop sign or whatever, and he was reading the letter that one of my children wrote and crying.
Oh my goodness.
Touching. So
you've put a lot of love into the gifts for everybody, including the homeless.
Yes.
And they remember those things. We may not can do much as people, but anybody appreciates something, especially in these times that we're living with. Times are hard,
Yes.
So I'm just touched by just what you do. You can tell you're a very loving person.
Thank
Definitely.
you.
You are
Thank you
so
so
welcome.
much.
So welcome.
And of course, you're here because you're participating in Good for Good Louisville today. So, can you tell us what are some of your goals that people who are watching can support?
Well, I would just, I would just like to raise as much money as possible for our charity. Like I said, we did kind of take a little bit of a hit during COVID.
Right.
But I was like, we can't meet at the library now. What are we going to do? So I have a core of volunteers that agreed to do it in their homes. So they're like, okay, it's like, how many blankets can you make? And I'm giving you 3 weeks. They're like, I can make 4, or I can make 6. And so I would give them materials for the 4 or the 6. And then I would go pick up the blankets and give them more materials. So, I have those it's getting colder. We're about to start again. And, and I try to catch all the sales and all of that. I am very responsible with the money. But I'm hoping that maybe we can go back to the library, because it's wonderful, each one teach one. And so when people know how to make these blankets, maybe they'll go and make some blankets for themselves, for more homeless people, or even the children in the hospital, or any of that.
Yes.
So that's what I'm hoping to do.
Well,
So-
and what I love about what you're doing is you're not just providing something, but you're also providing community. And you're also, with, I think, especially the words of encouragement that you include in the blankets, so often we think of what our immediate needs are, but we also have emotional needs. And so I think it's really beautiful. To close us out, can you share maybe one of those encouraging messages that you put in the blankets? Or something that you might put in a blanket that you raise money for today.
Something about all of the messages are positive, very positive. Like don't give up. I mean, it's a little bit more than that, but basically just encouraging them not to give up, to keep going, to keep trying. That we love you, we care about you.
Yes.
And I know one time at the Salvation Army, a lady read the message, didn't even get the blanket yet. She just read the message, said, I hope that's true. And it was just, I don't know, it just touched me, you know. So I just want to encourage people that things are going to get better. It's not going to be like this always. When I was growing up, we would have hard times. My mom said, it's not going to be like this always. It always will get better. The sun will shine again. So.
Right, yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, sharing not only your mission, but also your message of hope that you have for so many in community. Everybody watching online, I feel like a broken record, but I'm going to say it again. If you would like to support Blankets of Hope and the amazing work that they're doing, the comfort that they're providing to people who are experiencing homelessness, you can just visit giveforgoodlouisville.org to support them today. And you can find the other 556 nonprofits who are participating. So go there, and thank you again for joining us, Jen.
Thank you so much. It's been lovely.
Jen, thank you so much, Jen. We really appreciate it. It's great to meet you, and thank you for sharing your message with us.
Thank you.
It means a lot. We are just a few minutes away now from the second Derby City Gaming Power Prize announcement. So we're going to be joined momentarily here by, I believe, our CEO, Ron Gallo. I say our CEO like he's my boss.
You are a member of the team for the day, Chris.
I think by this point, I'm aging into it. I'm in first grade by now with CFL. So I'm just waiting for Ron to join the Switcher Studio room live from Derby City Gaming. So let's just hang out here for a minute, and we can actually take a look at some of these Facebook comments. Can you see them across the bottom of the screen there? Derek Lucas says, God bless you and your family. And we had an avalanche of comments for Stephanie in the beginning of the stream here.
Stephanie with Awake Ministries, just as a reminder.
Awake. Look at all these comments that we got from about Awake. Amanda and Marcia. Stephanie rocking Awake, and she has great hair.
That's true. She did have great hair. I agree.
She did have great hair, for sure. And again, Derek Lucas says, God bless you and your family. Hey, we appreciate it, Derek. So if you're watching live now, go ahead, jump in the Facebook comments, and I can put your comment up on the screen just like we've got Derek's comment there. And you can say hi to Mahogany and Chelsea, who we're going to hang on to here for just a moment. Mahogany, can you take a second and tell us a little bit more about what you do at CFL?
Yeah, sure.
Other than be a wonderful live stream host?
Oh gosh.
This wasn't on the first line of your job description?
No, it was not. I love it. I love it. The team they usually throw me in the water with things like this, and it helps me to learn faster, I think, and
she
grow.
always swims. She always swims. She never sinks.
Yes, and so I am the now Senior Development and Stewardship Associate at the Community Foundation of Louisville. It's been about almost 2 years that I've been at the foundation, and I've learned so much. I've learned so much, and I'm so grateful for a wonderful team. Everybody's so helpful, just so helpful, so personable, and just caring. You know, we truly love our donors, and we care about our affiliates, just the community, you know, as a whole, and even surrounding communities. It helps me to get up out of bed and just because I want to talk with these donors. So, and they're more than our donors; they're our friends and family. So
And I think that really comes across in the energy that you put out for sure, not just on camera, but all day long.
Definitely.
It's been lovely hanging out with you here
Thank you. I
at Louisville
appreciate
Slugger
that.
Field. We are going to be joined here by Ron. I don't know if you guys can maybe hear him. If you want to throw your headphones back on. Hey, Morgan, if you want to turn your camera on.
Now they turn your camera off.
And folks who are joining us
Morgan.
live, comment who you're giving to today. We want to know.
Yeah, who do you hope wins this Power Prize? Because we're about to let you know. Here you go. I can actually put it up on the screen here until we get that live feed. So again, we're coming in to you live from two different locations here in just a moment. Of course, we're here at Louisville Slugger Field.
Okay.
And we're getting in, we're going to have Ron Gallo, the CEO of the Community Foundation of Louisville, in just a moment.
Okay.
If we've got it, Morgan.
Just watch our numbers climb here. We've got almost 13,000 unique donors who have given today. If you haven't given today, maybe come up with a plan. If you haven't come up with a plan, maybe take some time right now to visit giveforgoodlouisville.org, see all of the organizations who are participating. You can search by cause. You can read more about their missions on their giving pages. So go ahead and visit the website.
I know
learn
you
more
can.
about the organizations and give today.
So we're just establishing that connection, that virtual connection here with Ron. Ron, can you hear me? There's a live look at Ron Gallo there. So we're trying to get that to connect in.
Second one of the day. That's right, at 1:45 I heard. Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Morgan, are we good here? Can I get a thumbs up from the team at Derby City?
I cannot hear anything.
Morgan, if you can hear me, we're good to go. I'm going to send Morgan a text that says, just take it away. Just take it away. I can hear you. There's Ron. And there goes Ron. So we are working on get this Power Prize announced. We could hear them okay. You could hear Ron a little bit there, right?
Yeah, a little bit. I think
Right.
he just couldn't hear us.
Yeah.
Right. So as soon as we get their cue to get going, again, this is going to be a $2,000 Power Prize being announced live from, looks like they're standing right outside of Derby City Gaming. I got to go visit there for the first time the other day and help record some videos with Kathy and the whole team over there. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Looks like a pretty cool place. And of course, we are extremely grateful for the extreme generosity that they have shown as our presenting, one of our presenting prize sponsors. These last few years. It's funny, Chelsea, you remember the days of Molly Melia and Kara, and I've actually taken back home with me some of these cardboard cutouts, which actually I thought I had one here. Sneha, do we have the, can you grab those for me?
And not just the cardboard cutouts, but what I've been enjoying in these breaks between nonprofits that we've been interviewing is looking at photos from Give for Good Louisville years past and seeing just the spirit of generosity that has been spread throughout this community, the excitement and the support for our nonprofits. Remember, it's about the nonprofits and the work they're doing to help people in our community. It's always about the people. So that's why we're here today.
We're going to give away one of these power tickets. I don't think you actually get the little cardboard cutout, but I think you'd probably rather have the $2,000 for your nonprofit. Again, we're sort of treading water here to get Ron on here with us. Let's bring them up. Ron, Morgan, take it away.
That's it.
All right. Well, hi again. I'm Ron Gallo, and I'm with the Community Foundation of Louisville, and I'm here with Logan and Kathy with Churchill Downs, Derby City, our proud sponsors, and I have the nice duty of introducing the second of 3 power prizes that are being awarded by our sponsors. And I'm just going to get right to it, that a $50 donation just got loaded up by $2,000 to the Central Adult Learn to Swim, Inc. And what's so fun about this is that I didn't know about this organization. And that's what's great about Give for Good Louisville, is that it gives exposure to small organizations as well as ones that we all know. Fun,
It's
right?
so much fun, just like we always have fun here at Derby City Gaming. I'm going to turn it over to Logan, who's going to tell us a little bit about what we're standing in front of.
Yeah, so just like we learned about this amazing organization today, we're going to talk a little bit about our expansion and hotel. So we are so excited to keep growing and keep providing the Louisville and Kentuckiana community with amazing experiences. So right behind me is our brand new gaming floor expansion, but most exciting is our brand new 5-story, 123-room hotel. We cannot wait to share this with Louisville, with the community, and continue to give back. So we're so excited to, not as a property, but working with Kathy at our corporate office to expand our footprint with Give for Good Louisville and the Community Foundation, but not only here at Derby City Gaming, expanding our offerings to just, again, continue to give back and continue to provide those world-class experiences that Churchill Downs Incorporated is always known for and has been known for going on 149 years almost. So.
Brings us to, we are also so excited about the greatest 2 minutes in giving later today, 7:10 to 7:12 p.m. Put it on your calendar. Pro tip, go ahead and have all of your donations ready to go. So all you have to do is hit submit when you hear that call to the post, and we'll be ready to win, place, or show. 8 organizations will be 2 placing with $10,000 each, and 5 organizations being boosted with $5,000. Just like we boosted a $50 donation to $2,050 for Central Adult Learn to Swim today. That could happen for 8 more organizations just in those 2 minutes. So make sure you've got everything ready to go, your donations queued up, and we can just keep talking about this all day. I mean,
Well, we
so lucky.
could, and, and I just want to pick up on a phrase that you said, Logan, world class. And I've said this to you before, earlier today, Kathy, that one of the great things about Churchill Downs, Derby City, is that it's bullish on Louisville and the nation. But you're bringing great offerings, and we need that kind of confidence in our industry, and we need it for our nonprofits. And I'd like to put in a small extra word about Central Adult Swim, because this is really helping to solve a very important problem. Over 120 people died of drowning in 2019, most of them adults, not children. And this organization is helping people later in life do something that is not just recreational, but is saving their lives potentially. And we're just so happy we can give them some exposure today.
Exactly. That's what today's all about, right? Investing in the community all together.
Yeah, so I guess we'll wrap up and send it back to Slugger Field.
Thank you so much, Ron. We really appreciate it. And we'll see you guys again at 5:45 p.m. for the next Power Prize announcement. So thank you guys so much. Again, we'll be back here. Let me play a little bit more music. I almost hit the crickets button. That would have been a problem. We don't want to do that.
This is our dance time between interviews.
But that was really cool. So there you go. Just in case that audio was a little bit low from Ron, but the Power Prize winner, again, just to reiterate, is Central Adult Learn to Swim, Inc. A donation by Abby Belt for $50 was turned into a donation now of $2,050. Thanks to our partners at Derby City Game. Signs upside down. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. $2,000 Derby City Gaming power ticket. Again, congratulations to Central Adult Learn to Swim, Inc. And if you want to go make a donation to Central Adult Learn to Swim, Inc., I don't think you can win 2 power prizes in one day, but there's lots of other prize money that is available for, as Chelsea was saying, those 556 participating nonprofits today. Anything else you guys want to add before we wrap up this hour?
Set your alarm around 7 o'clock, 7:10 for the 2 hours of giving, or the greatest 2 minutes of giving. I'm sorry, messed that one
2
up.
minutes. Yeah, it's been a long day, guys. But we are so glad that you're here with us, and just so grateful. Stefan says, shout out to Luminary Comedy, #YouAreLuminary, and Christian Kaufman is at home rooting for COSAIR charities.
Oh, wonderful.
So many deserving nonprofits here today, guys. And we've got more coming up in the 6 p.m. hour. So stay tuned. I'll be back live with you guys in about 10 minutes. I'll come back. I'll see if I want to corral Christina over or something. We'll get her to tell you a little bit more about how the day is going so far. We'll read off some prize winners and stuff like that, and we'll keep the wheels turning. It's Gift for Good Louisville 2022 live from Louisville Slugger Field. Chris Strubb, the Giving Day guy, signing off temporarily. Thank you again, Chelsea Mahogany.
Thanks for joining us.
Surprise! Hello, hello. It's Chris Strub, the Giving Day guy. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, including here at Louisville Slugger Field in downtown Louisville, Kentucky. We have surpassed $3.837 million raised. Just a little bit of a logistical twist. I'm going to stop this live stream here. I should do the little twist animation here in Switcher Studio. We're going to stop this live stream here for a few minutes. We'll be back with you live at about 5:35 p.m., maybe 5:40 p.m. We'll be able to announce that next Power Prize winner from Derby City Gaming. So I've got the tickets here. Am I holding them right side up this time? There you go. So stay tuned for that, but we'll have a new stream that we'll be swapping out. We'll have Mary back to host our 6 p.m. hour, and we will rock and roll from there. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Hope you're enjoying this live stream day as much as we are. And again, I'll see you in about a half hour, okay? Cheers.